I guess you didn't think you'd see that intro again, but now you have. Here is then the Salford story 10 years later. In 2034, I resigned from Salford City. Yeah, I did. I didn't stay and play 10 more years, surprisingly. I resigned from Salford City and left it to see what would happen 10 years later in 2044. And, I mean, we can already see this screen, and it tells its own story. Salford Stadium now capacity of 48,700. I'm not entirely sure if that's what we had as our capacity. But most interestingly to me, just remember, this is the key detail. 10 years later, Jules Menga is still the captain, or is still at Salford City for a start, and is still the captain. And my good grief, that's not bad at all. Salford City legend Jules Menga is truly one of world football's global superstars. It turns out we bought quite a good player for a very small fee. You might recall it was 2.3 million. We only bought him because of an injury to another striker, which is unbelievable when you think about it. His goal scoring record over the last 10 years became better than it was under me, and that tells its own story as well. The best signing I've ever made on Football Manager. I mean, if I'd have played 10 more years, I would definitely have said so. The average rating, the goals scored, the assists given. Good grief, Jules Menga, not bad. That's not a bad place to start, but yeah, Vice Captain John Lewis the Shop is still there. I think has he just been released, or was he released last year? When was he released? I mean, he didn't play this previous year, but he's still done as Vice Captain. Okay then, was released though on a free transfer. I mean, technically and mentally, he's still got it all as John Lewis the Shop. He was there ever since we signed him then. We only had him for, a year? And then he stayed for that entire time. That's really good to see. Juan Luis, I think that's what he was actually called. Now, this is the most interesting one for me. Chris Brownell, key player. This is almost a regret of the Sulfur story. 39 goals in 49 caps for England at 27 years of age. Yeah, he developed very nicely, didn't he? And in the last few years has been banging in goals left, right and centre. Of course, came through the Salford Youth Academy. I think I only had him for, a year? That year there then. That was the year, our final year. Or this was our final year. Which was our final year? Okay, regardless, he didn't do much for me, but now he's turned into a global superstar. It literally says there. That was quite funny. Chris Brownell is truly one of the world football's global superstars. With attributes like that, you can see why. That's ridiculous. So you might be wondering who else is here at Salford City. And there are a few names, it's fair to say. We'll sort it by age, because that's probably the best way to do this. Renan is still there. 36 years old now. The Brazilian, with 107 caps for his country, has been playing for Salford ever since we left him 10 years ago. And he's done alright. I guess he didn't start as much this time round, though. Only 9 appearances in the league, and we're at the end of the season. Feldmaier's still there too, 33 years of age, still relatively fast, which is nice to see. Technically very good as well, and has played match upon match upon match upon match. Lots of assists, quite a lot of goals as well, and a fantastic average rating, it should be noted too. Thomas Feldmaier is still been there 10 years later. Anyone else then? Oh, Francis Quino's still here. If we take a quick look at him then, 32 years of age, one of the underrated players I feel like at the latter end of the Salford story, put in some fantastic performances for me, and he's played a lot of matches. He's not been great in terms of average rating, but he's played a lot of matches. So far, how many is that? 4. Brownell, Francis Quino, 5. Brownell, Francis Quino, Jules Menga, Feldmaier, Renan. I get the feeling there might be some in the reserves. So the under-21s has got 2 more names that you'll recognise. Oliveira is there, 34 years of age, has lost all sort of physical capability, but has been at Salford, again, the entire time that we've been away. An £11 million transfer for me, and I think they got their money's worth. I'll say that much. Again, another underrated player of the Salford story. And then the big one for me, 37-year-old Diego Vidal. Can't run anymore. Running's off the table. But a legend at Salford City, a well-known name around for football fans around South America and Europe. 37 years of age. Has still been playing a ton of games. And you can kind of see why. His attributes look very similar to when we left him, actually. Which is crazy to think he was 27 when we left him, and now at 37, apart from physically, he's still bloody good. I realise I've got a lot of news to read. I'm not catching up. Okay, I'm looking through. I can't see any other familiar names. Shall we see where some of them went? Okay, so Albamba and John Lewis recently released. It looks like 34-year-old Albamba didn't even get a club after Salford. That's unbelievable. Who else has been released and who else has been shown the door? Deo Manzo left on a free as well. That was only last year. As to become assistant manager. Didn't score as prolifically as some of the other guys. Brownell and Menga, obviously the 2 first choices. Looking through, I can't see any other names there. I mean, Forgive me if I miss anyone out. Okay, this year Sergio left. So Sergio's moved on. Sergio's now a manager, which I quite like. Actually moved to Botafogo for 3 years at the end of kind of his time at Salford. Again, really good player. Another underrated midfielder for me. So we've had Sergio. Any other names in there that I can recognise? Not that I can see. Okay, there's another name I recognise. Alan McKenzie came in with Chris Brownell, you might remember. Turned okay. Not amazing, not stunning. But went to Leicester for 3.9 million. Didn't really work out for him there. In fact, when you think about the fact we've gone 10 years later, he's not really had much of a career as Alan McKenzie. And for a player with decent stats, it's a shame. You'd expect more. Similar stats to Marius, I feel like. You remember Marius? John Paul Searle left as well. Another man that became quite a regular within my Salford teams. Left, what was that? That must be 8 years ago now, for 6.75 to Newcastle. They obviously went down, picked him up, got promoted instantly, and he's been a Premier League player ever since, pretty much playing every single game of the league campaign. I think he's probably missed about 10 there over the last 6 years. So he's done very well for them. I guess he's got a few England caps under his belt as well. Yeah, 10. So he's doing good. Oh, Carmine Caselli almost missed out. Went to AC Milan, 29 appearances. It looks like he only went for 1 season with 6 goals there as well. Yeah, you can say, oh no, sorry, he went for a lot more seasons. 4 years he spent at AC Milan, and it never really worked out for him. Curious. Marky Parky left as well. He went to St Etienne and played more games for St Etienne than he played for me. Unbelievable. Retired as a player at 36, it looks like, and played a massive amount of games, became St Etienne's first choice goalkeeper. Good grief. He was shortlisted for League One's Players Goalkeeper of the Season on 8 occasions. That's ridiculous. Never won it though, from what I can tell. You can see here, the year after he left then, the Harp was released. The Harp retired at 33, played, 81 goals in 166 games for Salford. Very good indeed. Arvid Hessing went off. He's still playing, Arvid Hessing, wow. Went to Paris Saint-Germain for £24 million. Then was moved on to Stoke quite a few years later after not really fulfilling expectations at Paris Saint-Germain. Then went to Reading. Arvid Hessing. Macaulay Kidd became a manager. With a tash like that, he had to become something. Andy Backhouse is still playing as well, 34 years of age, at West Ham in the Premier League. Just got promoted with them, as you can see from that. Left us, had quite a good career at Watford, actually. Played a lot of football matches. Then went to West Ham. He's been, I'd say, a regular at West Ham, even at 34. Aaron Voss, what an interesting career. So we bought in Aaron Voss for 6 million. They then sold him after I left for 9.5. And now he's playing for Sporting Kansas in the MLS, my word. Putting in 5.95 and 5.75 X performances. Okay then. How is he scoring 9 goals and getting a 5.95? So how many of the best 11 remain? So this is the overall best 11 that we're given. Manzo and Menga top it. We've then got this chap on the left-hand side, Sasha Balajecki. I'm not sure how you said that, Jevic. I mean, I'd call him Sasa. Let's put it that way. He must have signed, the year after I left, 32 million. Has played a lot of matches as well on that left-hand side. It's a shame that he's been given that over someone like Barry. I feel that's unfair. There's also a new man in the middle as well. Pedro Serna in the middle. Has played quite a lot of games. I mean, Casper and Vidal, can't believe it. Vidal is there though. Feldmeier to his right-hand side. Oliveira. That's Casper actually. Casper Steenvouden. There he is then. He left as well. Oh, look at his angry bald head. John Lewis the Shop, Francis Quino, and Renan gets the goalkeeping spot. On the bench, Marky Parky, Al Bamba, Kovalev, Sergio, Chris Brownell, The Burn, and Rob Wellington, who always seems to be on this list up there as well. Should we take a quick look through some other bits? I'm going to go through this super quickly then. Top goal scorers. If you want to pause this and have a look, you can see Julien Menga absolutely destroyed it. Top league goal scorer, as well as the overall top goal scorer. You can see back through the history books. Sandoval, Peter, Seri, Dan Carter, Matt Harper, all there. Lovely stuff. Most goals in a match, not that interesting. Most assists, again, if you want to pause it, Feldmeier getting 21s. I mean, he won't ever beat the 33 he got under me in that final year. But some big scores in there. Sergio actually getting up there, 15 one year. Highest average ratings, look them through. Most player of the match awards, Julien Menga got 18 in 1 year. That was something we never did. Worst disciplines just shared between Vidal, Oliveira, and a few others actually. In the last 4 years, Diego Vidal was just the oldest player. Now, Fans Player of the Year is an interesting one. So in our final year, Carmine Caselli picked up the award. That point onwards, Kovalev, who retired at 33, quite young, got it twice in a row. Then Menga, then Vidal, and then Julien Menga has just absolutely destroyed that competition year after year after year. Lovely stuff. Now, my favourite thing about this is that when I left Salford, some staff members left, including Andy Tannoy /Stanoj. Just to clarify, I might have known I was saying it wrong, but It was not funny to say, no, number 16, Andy Thanodge. It's too late. It was too late. But Danny Webber remains a scout at Salford City. He's not got any better at it, but he's still there. Things can only get. Remains at Salford, 62 years of age now. He will be retiring there. I love that. Where is Andy? I mean, you've got to have a look, right? Andy Thanodge is now a scout at Bristol Rovers. Of course he is. Who's the manager there? Nobody we've heard of. Salford City icon, Andy Thanodge. Tannoy. It's Tannoy in my head. Chris Lynch, still a coach too. What a coach he is. Good grief. I just like that Dirk Coutts there, just randomly. So as mentioned, 10 years later, Salford City have themselves a title. We won it in 33-34. They then won it in 36-37, and then again in 42-43. And as I said before as well, if you go through previous years, Salford, you see champions there, second, third, fourth. They were always around at the top four. They were getting into the Champions League year on year on year. I say that was our last year. That was when we won the title, just ahead of Chelsea. And ever since then, they're a top four team. And again, they're winning titles, so they're like Arsenal, but that a little bit better. Now, you might be interested to know who the managers of Salford City are. Well, interestingly, right now, folks, they don't have one, which I can see. Well, I know what you're thinking. No, it's so tempting. Gartlinger, Bal Gartlinger. He was there for a little bit. He's moved on. I think he's a player within the game. Samuel Eto'o then managed Salford City for 3 years, and that went. I mean, he was sacked, so it didn't go great. He did win a Premier League winners' medal, though, so that's something. And then Joe Tralhau, another guy that you may well recognise the face of, he managed them for a little bit and has just resigned after 2 years, 37 days in the role. Got themselves an FA Cup. I think that's the only one they've won. Have they won the League Cup yet? Capital One Cup. They did win it! 2037. Only once, though. They've won it once, and the FA Cup, they've won twice. So they're well done in domestic competitions. They've done better than I did. Right, let's look for some more players. How is Jeff Thomas doing? What happened to Jeff Thomas? Jeff Thomas retired after Salford City. Again, down as an icon now. I guess if we look at Salford's general bits and bobs, you can see the legends then. The legends list. Barry Massey, who's there before the game begins. Matt Harper, the Harp. Feldmeier, Manzo, Oliveira, Menga, Vidal, Sergio, John Lewis, the Shop, and Dr. Benji. Some interesting names as well. Favourite personnel, Stephen Gerrard got on there. I don't know what happened to Gerrard. Of course, he was my assistant, wasn't he? At Salford, especially in the second half. He actually retired in the end. I don't know if he retired straight after me or what happened there then. He did. He left Salford with me and retired. Oh, no, sorry, I tell a lie. He only left last year. So Stephen Gerrard was the assistant at Salford the entire time that I was there. And well, no, not the entire time that I was there. He joined when I was there. I hired him to replace Phil Neville, you might remember. And then he remained there until only last year and retired as staff at the age of 63. So he's down as favourite personnel. Icons as well. Now that's Barry, for those that are a bit confused. That player there, Ene Barry Gili. Yeah, you can see why. Barry did very well. Got into the icons list. Kovalev, Jeff Thomas is there. Should be a legend, Jeff Thomas. That annoys me. I guess Andy Thanodge, only an icon. I mean, both of them should be legends. Casper's there, Luke Clark, James Paul, Josh Harrop, Nathan Joshua, Carmine Caselli and El Bamba make up the list too. And as I say, favourite personnel, Chris Brownell, Samuel Eto'o, Francis Quino, and this guy, Martin Lopez Monteiro, left back, Dutch left back. Ooh, I like the look of him. He would have definitely got into my side. So who's the most valuable player at Salford right now? We've got Chris Brownell, as you might expect. There's a few other boys here, though, that I want to have a quick look at. Rodolfo Garay looks, like him. Bartolucci, he looks alright. Central midfielder, lacking a little bit in technicals, but decent. John Hall, an Englishman, I like that a lot. Did he come through the academy? Again, another guy who's just ridiculous coming through the Salford City Academy. Outrageous. Look at him. My God. I mean, there's another English one here as well. Andy Rowe. Did he come through Salford? He did! The academy at Salford was ridiculous. The database I got was just the plain database you get. I mean, anyone that's played it, you're playing the same database that I offered at the start of the save. Some of the guys that came through this, though, I mean, over a course of... Okay, but now I think about it, it is like over a 30-year period that we've had about 10 superstars, but even that is kind of ridiculous. There's a lot of big hitters, lots of big hitters. Jeffrey Geens, I mean, I like his name, but I don't like his attributes. So there we are then, Salford City, 10 years on. They did alright without me, I dare say. They actually continued some fantastic success. They didn't win a Champions League, though. I mean, if you look through some of the landmarks, I know they didn't win it. They did increase the capacity. I knew they did. They increased it a little bit. It made sense. They didn't win a Champions League, though, without me, I don't think. Champions League, where is it? Oh, it's at the top there. So yeah, the time we won it was the only time they ever won it. They even came third in the Club World Championship. I mean, they messed that up for me, didn't they? But that's it then. Salford City, 10 years later, the boys done good. I mean, I might as well. Yeah, I mean, I've done it before. Oh, God. Someone's made them aware I'm back in Managerial. I mean, that's a lot of offers. Arsenal, Bristol, Burnley, Hull, both Manchester clubs, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. I mean, there's so many offers they've had to do it in alphabetical order. Celtic want me. Inverness, Caledonian Thistle want me. Salford. I mean, I've bottled an interview with. Goodbye. If you enjoyed the little rundown of the 10-year history then at Salford City, do leave a like on the video. If you want to know anything else, I will do my best on Twitter in the comment section to let you know if you're interested by things that I didn't show in this video. As I say, at Dr. Benji, probably the best place for that. And yeah, unbelievable scenes. Didn't even get considered. Okay. I mean, I know what I'm capable of, so I respect their decision. They've been through that 18-year period before. They don't need that again.